Hello, my name is Joey Grable from Blind Fortune Studios, and today I'm going to go over in After Effects how to time stretch and slow down your footage. So you want a really good slow-mo shot, just purely slow-mo. Just the entire clip should be slow motion. I'm going to teach you how to do that and go over a couple settings of it. So let's get started. So open up After Effects. I have mine already open, and this is my main layout. What I'm going to do is I'm going to import my footage. Since it's on my desktop, I'm bringing it straight off my desktop, and it's right here. I can bring it in the footage, and this is basically what I have. It's me in front of my camera, and I recorded it at slow motion with my camera, the Sony HDR something 10, something like that. And it's at 240 frames per second. It's just me lighting off my lighter, and RAM previewed it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your composition layer, take your footage, and what I like to do is, since this clip, if you look up here, is 12 seconds, I'm going to stretch it by 200%, which means it's going to take the 12-second footage, or however many frames that is, and it's going to double everything. It's going to increase by 200%. So I'm going to open up a new composition, and I'm going to make it 24 seconds long, so that the composition is exactly twice my original footage. So I opened it up, and I'm going to take this and drag it in on my comp. And so this goes to just about, doesn't matter, as long as it doesn't go over, or if it goes over, just make sure that part of the footage you don't mind having, because it'll cut it off. What you're going to do is you're going to come down in their titles, or your timeline here, right click on the footage, go to time stretch. Your stretch factor here is how much percentage you want to stretch it by. So 100 means you're stretching it by 100%, which is nothing. It's the exact same footage. Say if you go 50, it'll take everything and divide it by 2. It'll be half as many frames. It'll smush that 12 seconds into 6 seconds. If you go 200, which is what I'm going to do, it's going to make it's going to take every frame and double them. So, and here the duration is how long it's going to be, 24 seconds, which is just about, this is the exact amount of my composition right now. And the layer in point and the current frame, what that means is if you do this footage and you do current frame, it's going to duplicate it from wherever your scrubber down here is. So if you're halfway through, it's going to start from halfway through. So that means for the first half, it's going to stay normal, but then the second half, it's going to be sped up or slowed down, depending on what your stretch factor is, which is good. I'm going to hit F4 here to see my motion blur settings and frame blending. And now if you look here carefully, I'm going to start here at this frame. If I hit page up and page down, I can scrub through it. And if you look carefully, as I go through, it's slow, but there's kind of a delay in between each frame. So the best thing to do is you go to right here, you hit F4 to toggle, and you want to go to this one. And then frame blending right here. And what it does is in between each frames, it creates a new frame, and it makes it smoother. It like goes along with it. It's the best. And then turn on that layer for the thing for your composition. And I'm gonna RAM preview this really quick to see what it looks like. And let's see. And if you look very carefully, right here at the very end, right there, my chin kind of warps a little bit. And that's because when they do the frame blending, what it does is it shifts the pixels around it and makes new pixels, per se, to make it kind of like make a new image. So if you see right there by my chin, it kind of gets morphed in a little bit right here. So it's kind of weird. You don't want to do too fast of actions. Fire is very fast, so it's kind of a little bit harder to get a very accurate. It's a very cool effect. because you can take anything. For example, I did a really cool slow motion of my friend. I can get that out for you. He did this with a lighter. It's high definition too. There's a little bit pixels because it's such slow motion. There goes the fire. That's pretty much slow motion for After Effects. What you would do is you'd render it out. I'm going to render it to my desktop. And it starts to render out. And that's pretty much it. If you learned something, I'm Joe Grable from Blind Fortune Studios. Come visit us on our YouTube channel at Blind Fortune Studios. No space in between them. And thanks for watching.